Hi, this is Tim Ellenberger. I'm the Vice President of Business Development here at Motion Controls. Welcome to our business. When you come and visit, this is the first thing you see, the entrance and our name. Motion Controls is a company that builds flexible automation or robotic systems for industry throughout North America, and we have some throughout the world. We service mostly, right now, food and pharmaceutical industry, which is really good with everything that's going on with our world changing in the virus. But we also do a lot with general consumers and building products, and a little bit with the automotive. We have all kinds of different jobs and all kinds of different skills that are required in education. So I hope you enjoy our tour. Hi, I'm back. As you can tell, our world's changed. We have to start with masks. In our world, just like your world in education, we have things that have been put in place because of the virus. You can see in our conference room, this is the next place you usually come when you visit us, is we'll come in here and have a quick meeting. We have very few things sitting around anymore. There used to be a lot of different things in here that we could use. We have hand sanitizer for anybody that wants it. And we have to wear masks when we're in public areas. Don't know what it's going to be like, and hopefully we'll be able to come in and teach your class this fall too. So we use the conference rooms typically to go over meetings with customers and to go through systems and what we're building and how we're doing it, and have big meetings together. Now we do a lot of meetings on Zoom, like you guys, but we use Teams, which is a platform that most industries use. So we do Teams meetings so we can still socially distance, but that's even more important to have your technical education so you know how to do the different kinds of meetings, set them up, hook up to them, share your screens, do your drawings, those kinds of things. So we'll go from the conference room into the rest of the shop, and we'll get to show you a lot of different jobs. So now we're out in the shop. This is where we build the systems. As I said, we're a robotics company, a robotic integrator, so this is what a robot looks like. It's not one arm, it's yelling at you, warning, warning. It's not a transformer like a car. Those are different kinds of robots. Industrial robots typically look like this. These are used to pick things up, put them down, load machines, unload machines, weld, cut, grind, all those different things that are hard for humans to do. So the robots have different axes on them. They can pick up different weights. So this is a middle-sized one. We have real little ones and we have real big ones that would hit the ceilings in here when it was sitting on the floor. So this robot gets integrated, and to integrate that into a system, you have to have a lot of different skills and a lot of different education, and it takes a lot of different people to do it. We have 63 people here all together that help us build the systems. The robotic systems that we build here take a lot of different people to build it, from the people in the front who answer the phones, to the people that make sure our bills are paid, to the people that make sure that we're getting paid from our customers. And then we also have engineers who design the systems electrically and mechanically. We have other people who come up with all the ideas for the systems, people who sell the systems. And then when we get out here in the shop where they're actually built, we have all the skilled trades. The skilled trades include fabrication, machinists, assembly, electricians, guys that paint, all those different things like that. And then on top of that, we have to have programmers. Programmers that program the computers that control the whole system, and programs for the robots themselves that control the robots. So all those people have to work together to make sure we build the system. And all of them have to have a certain level of education that includes technology. So the systems that we build have robots in them, and then they have a lot of other equipment. So this has conveying in it, it has grippers on the robot, it has controls that we'll look at in a minute, and you see the guy over there programming the robot and the control system. But we have to take all these things and put them together. So we have to design them, make sure the size is right, make sure the layout's right. So when we think about our different subjects that we take, math is really important because we have to understand how to measure things, how to add and subtract, how to multiply, how to make sure something's not too heavy, or it's heavy enough, or it's not too big, or it's big enough. So math is really important. And you won't get paid if you don't know how to do your math for your wages. Other things, language arts. We have to be able to communicate, we have to be able to write. We have to be able to talk to our customers, talk to our co-workers, all of our teammates. History, global studies or social studies is really important. Everything that we do is based on a map of that system that I'll show you in a few minutes. The map that you're learning how to read as a country or as a city or as a state will make it easier for you to learn how to read the maps for electricity, to build things, to put things on the floor. So that's important that we study all those things too. So education is really important, and it starts at your age. So I talked about social studies and maps. So this is really important here. This is an electrical panel here. It's an enclosure. This controls the whole system. So this is the brains. It's got the computer in it. It's got controls for motors, and it's where all the wires get hooked up. So we've got the computer over here, and we've got motor controls over here. We've got our main power coming in, and we've got other safety and communications devices. And I said it takes a map. So all of those wires in there have to go a certain place, because if the signal doesn't go to the right place, the machine won't work. So a wire is like a road. When you read your highway maps, you'll see different colors for the highways. You'll see little thin lines for county roads, and you'll see big, heavy red or blue lines for big double-lane highways and interstates. It's the same thing here. We have colors of wires, and the colors signify whether it's a really dangerous voltage or it's a voltage that could have power on it, or a wire that could have power on it even if everything's turned off. And I said you have to learn how to use a map. So this panel has to be laid out in a map. So we use drawings just like this for every part of our build. So this is an electrical drawing that shows them exactly where everything on that panel goes. It's laid out just like that panel, and it tells them where to put it. This is only one of about 20 or 30 drawings that tells them how to do that. We also have drawings, when you saw the equipment that was on the floor over there, that shows them where on the floor to put that. So that's why that's so important. When you think about it, you always think math's always important, but all the subjects are important. So make sure you think about all of them and study them all. Okay, a minute ago, we showed you a bigger system. We have systems that are really big to fill up our whole plant, and we have systems that are really small with smaller robots on them. So this one is a machine tool, and it actually makes nuts for nuts and bolts. Big nuts, not little ones. Big ones that would hold big machines together, or may hold a propeller onto an airplane, motor, stuff like that. And you can see this is a smaller robot. It's a little one, and it's hanging upside down. But all the same things go into this. We still have all the same people, the team. It takes everybody in our company to help build this. So this is a perfect example of a smaller system that we built. So we have different systems and different colors and kinds of robots. Most robots we have to stay away from because they're dangerous to work around. Those are the yellow ones. This one's a green robot, and green signifies that it's called collaborative. A collaborative robot will allow you to work right beside it. It's really safe, and it meets different kind of safety standards. So this one, because of the footprint and because of what we're doing, needs people to be around it. So people can actually be in here, right here, while the robot's working with no guards. And if I step into here, it slows down, and then the robot can run into me and it'll stop. Right now, we have this one ready to ship, but we're doing testing on it because we have to test how the forces act to stop the robot and how hard it hits people with different parts when it's moving at different speeds and in different locations. So that's what we're doing here right now. We're doing testing to make sure that we can fit within all the required statutes and specifications. Well, now that we finished our tour of the facility and you saw the different jobs, we're going to go on to some interviews, and you're going to get to hear from the people that actually have helped make motion controls robotics successful and what they do and what's required of them.
Just wanted to be challenged, and I really enjoyed the whole robotic, just the whole idea of being able to program robots, and it was everything I thought I would enjoy doing.
Well, if you can believe, 45 years ago, back in just going into high school, there was really no jobs out there. The auto industry was starting to tank. So then I thought, well, there's always going to be two pieces of metal to be put together, and that's going to be here forever. So I decided I'm going to try welding, and I tried it, liked it, and been doing it ever since.
I have a strong liking for puzzles, and I like problem solving, and I am mathematically almost a savant, and I hate English.
I've always been interested in human resources just because I like working with people, and I feel like I have good communicative skills and interpersonal skills, so just mainly because I like to socialize.
Extremely. So that is pretty much what I do for my job. I make sure everybody's in constant communication with each other, and also I'm in constant communication with them and our customer. So it is key for what I do, and is probably the most important thing I've learned through any of the jobs I've held.
It is very important because I just do the electrical side of things, so somebody else has to mechanically design it and somebody else has to program it and teach it what to do. So communicating with both of those fields is very important to make a machine run.
So big decisions I make every day, one being our design decisions. When I'm looking at a solution for a customer, I have to design from A to Z, and so that can be anywhere from material selection to different technology, what's available and what the customer is interested in doing. The other big decisions I make throughout the day are cost and sales decisions.
If I make a bad decision, it affects the team, and so it's that weighs very heavy on me to make sure that I'm doing the right thing, because there's so much at stake. So and also comes cost too. We can make bad decisions, and it comes as an expense. So that's something else that's very critical.
The pros is you get the latest stuff, so you're up to speed. You can work at your full potential, at max capacity. The consequences of that would be the downtime that people may face. Sometimes things just don't work. We get faulty equipment that is brand spanking new, comes in, just doesn't work, dead on arrival. So you kind of get a give and take. So it's somewhat of a gamble.
About 50-50. I'll spend most of my time probably in the office working with AutoCAD and Inventor, which is our 3D modeling software. It's how we design everything on paper before we try to build it. We have to make sure everything works out, and then the rest of the time it's tools. A lot of times the engineer will be called in to help assemble or to supervise assembly.
So my primary use of technology is computer. It's basically email, Skype chat, whatever, and then my secondary would be a phone. I'm always on my phone because whether I'm in the shop or anywhere I go, I've got to get a phone call. I've got to be able to take it, and if I'm at my desk, then I'm at my computer.
Yes and no. So we have some specialized technology here, being robotics. So we have programming software, so we're able to look at the program as if we were there, where some other manufacturing facilities wouldn't have that, but a lot of those other facilities would have, like the Microsoft Office and Microsoft Word and that kind of stuff that we use.
You know, Grandpa used to use a sheet of paper and a pencil. Well, today I'm using a computer to physically create a to-scale model digitally before anyone even sees it, and that's something I don't see in a lot of other workplaces. Don't be afraid to change. Don't be afraid to look down avenues you've never thought you were going to go down. I was going to go one way and I ended up becoming an engineer, and it's the best decision I ever made, and I would definitely encourage everyone to think broadly and to pursue what they think will bring them the most enjoyment.
Find something you like. Work's gonna be boring and you're not gonna like going to work if you find something you don't like. I come to work and I look forward. I wake up every day, can't wait to get to work because I know that I'm gonna have fun, I'm gonna be challenged, and I'm gonna be pushed to my limit of as far as how hard my brain can work. So I enjoy that. So find something you like to do.
Do something that you enjoy. I've seen so many people keep a job just because it was a job, but they dreaded going to work every day. I can honestly say I enjoy coming here daily, and it makes it a lot more interesting and a lot more fun.
And don't be scared, anybody can do it. I didn't get through school with very good grades. I didn't go to college right away, and when I did go, I'm glad I did, and it was the best thing I did. Got me started with everything. But I just wasn't afraid, and I wasn't going to let anybody tell me that I couldn't do it. And so that was just fuel to help keep pushing me through, and that's just what it's about to me. So I would recommend, just don't be afraid to be challenged, and I think everybody will enjoy it if that's the case.
A lot of the guys around here, we all work in different professions, and we realize they have different words, and sometimes we have to say, I'm sorry, I don't know what a MM1 is. And they're like, oh, they know what an MM1 is since they were in high school. But they don't know what an accrual is. So each profession learns terminology. So you're in school to accumulate the meanings and the theories of your profession. So that's part of learning.
Well, think about what's out there right now. We're always going to need a house to live in. We're always going to need transportation, and we're always going to need food and water. So those are the main things we need. So get into those industries and you'll always have a job.
My advice is do what you love to do. Do what you're good at. Both of those two are key together. And that'll make you very happy, and also that'll, I think you'd be an excellent employee, and do what you're passionate at.
I would just recommend find where your interests lie and try them out and understand if you like to talk to people, if you're a communicator, or if you like being on your own.
Well, the common one is try to work hard in school, in all branches of education. Doesn't matter if it's history, science, mathematics. They're all important and they play a huge role throughout your development. As far as career goes, I really advise to pick something that interests you, that fascinates you, that you have a passion to do. That'll really help motivate you through the hard times, through high school, or if you choose to go to higher education.
My advice would be to not let your age or lack of experience deter you from pursuing what you want to do or give you any kind of headache. One of the challenges that I've faced with being in the position that I am, being a network administrator and the only one, was my age. People think because I'm a younger person I don't know what I'm talking about, but I was put in the position I am for a reason, so don't let it slow you down just because you're young.
My advice would be to, when you think about what you want to do, don't think about, am I going to make a lot of money if I choose this career? Because when I was in school, I was always like, I need a job that's going to make me a lot of money. But most of those times, like, I didn't really like those types of jobs. I thought I did because I would be making money, but really you got to think about, what am I good at? What do I like to do? What do I really want out of life? And the money will find you later. So.
Well, I hope you enjoyed your tour and all the interviews. Thanks for visiting Motion Controls, and a special shout out to the Sandusky County Chamber Foundation and the United Way for making this great region program what it is and allowing us to do this success.